and let's do this. So hello there everybody, welcome back for another week of Wargames Tutorial Thursday with your host, your favorite Finn TMS. This is the weekly Q&A, FAQ, yada, weekly news and community gathering of Interstellar Marines, and I just realized my key bindings are still what they were, and yeah. So, something along those lines, unofficial, yada, weekly, whatever, roundup. No, I haven't been weekly so much lately, but fuck it. I've been busy with my school and training at work, so, you know, I warned you guys ahead of time about that. But all of that is over, and before I get to the updates about myself and what's going on, hello Darkstar, welcome to the stream. Let's get to the news, shall we? So, first things first, if anybody somehow missed, Update 28 is completely live now. So, all the new features, etc., it's all in. And the work towards the upgrade 29 has sort of started. Well, in terms of some of the stuff is going on in the back. Okay. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, so yeah, some of the work has started. Most of it involves. Nope, that's not it either. Most of the work involves them basically setting up a pipeline of what to do for the update 28, to update 29 and beyond. So nothing concrete yet, but I did have a look-see on the file, which they have in regards to the ideas that they have, and it looks promising so far. It has a general idea of where to go from here. It doesn't have the specific features or anything idea what to do. It's not like a list of what to do next. It's more so what to do the next update and beyond. And most of it is alright. Some of it I don't like, and I have put my 5 cents into it on what should they do. But everything's up in the air, so we'll see how that goes. And in regards to all the new things in the update 28, well, let's say I'm not... the list is way too big. Just Google Interstellar Marines changelog, and I'm sure it's the first link that pops out. Because I think that website is still up and running. And oh god, this is gonna take me a long time to get used to. Because it seems like the whole... leaning thing is same as with the aiming. You either can hold it down or you toggle by pressing. And the thing is that I like to do like a small peaks like that. So now I have to do it like keep on tapping. So well, I did manage to pull it off with the aiming, so I should be able to do it with leaning too. The leaning, of course, being one of the main features that came with the update. Another one is this whole new textures, materials, and graphics. Oh. And the performance updates, although looking at the frames per second, maybe I have some. I think I have every single thing toggled. No, I don't. Let's take off these things and swap to the, the anti-aliasing is off. So whatever. All sorts of things. If you don't want to go Google, you can find the changelog in the stickies of the Steam forums. Namely, it's named We Are Not Dead Yet, and it has the full list of updates. There were like 8 different ITO testings before going on, and I'm not sure if my screen is supposed to be this blurry. With the amount of SO2 I have, it seems rather aggressive, but I could be wrong. But yeah, that's more or less the news for this week. There's just so much to cover. For once, there's too much to cover for me, so I'm not getting too much into it. But on the side note, there has been some changes on the volunteers, the people who have been inactive, or basically the volunteers that no longer haven't really done anything, have been more or less kicked out. Well, I say kicked out, but it has been not that drastic. Not as drastically as I made it. Damn it, where's the flashlight? Okay, there we go. So, they've been more or less removed from the volunteer side of things. Okay, why was that flashing? That is weird. And a couple new volunteers have been added to the team. On top of everything. So whatever that is, good news or bad, well, I'll let you all decide. Overall, I'd say it shows that the things are gonna start getting done. In fact, the plan is, that I almost forgot to mention, the plan is that they will do like quarter year updates. Of course, there will be ITO testing. ITO testing will be part of that. Excuse me. And no. Nope. Oh no, that's where I want to go. So, quarter yearly updates. So every 3 or 4 months they will make an update with. Basically, they will work for. Yeah, that's their plan. Dish out updates with smaller and larger content with that time frame. And I'm a bit skeptic whether they can actually follow that. But, you know, technically, sometimes the size is whatever it happens to be. The point is to get an update out in that time frame. So they're trying to be more active, and they will be working on some of the other stuff in the background. So just because something doesn't get into the update, it's something that they are working to get on one of them, or something like that. But yeah. So, oh damn it. Okay, that could be something that maybe could be fixed if you're. If I'm leaning like this and then I press Q, I just want to straighten it up, not you know. I think it would be handy. So what I'm trying to do here is just straighten up. Instead, it will lean to the other direction. Which, I guess the logic makes sense, but for me, it's like... Right now, it's functioning the same way. If I'm crouching and I press space, I expect it to stand up. But the game logic right now is like, oh, you want to jump. So once I'm done, once I get up from the crouch, I jump automatically. I'll just jump while crouching. That's basically what the game thinks, and so there's a logic between me and whatever. But yeah, that's more or less all the news for now. I'll be able to do these streams for at least a month now, every week. Because no more school. I have graduated. That means no more training in the work. Nothing along those lines. However, it means I'm back on being technically unemployed. I'm not. I have a summer job, or, well, part-time job anyway, in one restaurant, and I am also filling the same company's pizzeria every now and then. Not just a pizzeria. It's pretty I don't want to say fancy, well, it is technically fancier a pizzeria. All they make is a pizza, but they are like, I don't know, like authentic New York and Italian pizzas. not just, you know, your average everyday pizza, depending where you live. I don't know what your standards are with the pizza, but it's like, it's more high-end pizzeria, basically, under the same company. So every now and then I'll be working there. But for now, for the next 4 weeks or so, 3 weeks technically on my schedule, all the Thursdays are free. So I'll be able to stream all night, all day long. Dunka, 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 dunka. Oh. Okay, somebody went to ops. And I'm nowhere near a pad, am I? Nope, I just went past one. Oh, it's like I'm on drugs, baby. My guess it's the team FBW who are in there. But we'll see. Well, they both just died, so... Right. Moving on. So, not only that I have graduated and got myself a work and get paid for it, I also have started airsoft once again. Sorry, Darkstar. There's not enough people for me to actually team up. I need enemies. I require blood. Maim, kill, burn, and all that. So... I have restarted Airsoft hobby, and thus I have also made it, decided, damn it, son of a bitch. And I may or may not have also bought the GoPro cam once again. Oh, well then, cowabunga it is, baby. What could possibly go wrong? So, yeah, I already have gone to one indoor arena for some CQB. It was the last one for whatever this summer. Well, they're going for summer holiday technically with that indoor arena. They might do some games during the summer, but bitch. I did film there, testing out some settings, and some of them ended up way too dark. I think another one was way too grainy, but I'm gonna be... I still haven't got around to editing the video, but I'll be putting it up, sure, at some point in a few days, hopefully. Testing out my new Glock. It was very quiet, there were not many people, and unfortunately a lot of the opponents were camping for no reason in a game with the unlimited respawns. But hey, I had fun. It could have been better, but it was okay. I was playing aggressively. I had to take a bicycle there. It took me half an hour just to get there. Then I kept running around the fucking 3 hours or so. And then another half an hour to get back home. It was exhausting as hell. Well, that's not the guy. And that was with just a pistol and indoor gear in my backpack and such. It killed me. It royally killed me to do the back and forth trip. And then I started to check out, alright, where are the outdoor games, huh? Like, I'm gonna go play outside. I didn't have a gun, I do now. For, hold on, mountains, oh, right there, I was next to it. So, for anyone who actually plays airsoft, I decided extemporarily get myself a VSR. I think it's MB03. Oh, 03, I can't remember. Just straight out of the box. I have a scope, that is 4x scope that I probably won't be able to see anything with. But hey, details. And I will be making some airsoft videos. I will buy a scope cam at some point, but for the couple first sessions or the weeks, I'll be practicing with it, cause I need to get the hop up functioning properly. It's gonna be overshooting like a boss for sure, cause it needs to be what's the word? You kind of gotta drive it in. I guess that's the word. I don't know, whatever. You gotta work it in. It needs some shots to get it functioning. But also, you know, yeah, it won't be much of a footage anyway if I can't hit anything. So it will be an experience for sure. But eventually, I shall be making them videos of that. And if you're interested to see them, they will be on youtube.com/theobserverfin. Whatever. YouTube/theobserverfin. I think if you look for the Autopok TV, you'll be able to find it. I swapped the address, so I'm still like, oh, what was my channel again? So I might upload some to this channel. I haven't fully decided yet, but I haven't decided which one will be the actual main channel. I feel like the people who want to watch the airsoft are not interested of watching this shit, and likewise, you guys who are watching these shit are not interested in watching the airsoft shit. So basically, I should probably keep them separate, and every now and then just make reference. Oh, hello. I have no ammo with it, but I have a scope to look around with. I didn't see a laser beam of death, so it probably was not. That's CT. Yep, there you have it. I think I'm on the point. Yep, Hex fell down. How unfortunate. Wish we had swimming. That would include, like, I actually proposed to add swimming at some. I think it was like the last video to maybe add swimming. So I can't remember where I mentioned it, but basically, so we could get the points on the water, and it would expand the play area a bit, because we know during the campaign we are gonna be swimming, and there are gonna be ladders. So having getting added the swimming and the ladders would expand the game area quite a bit. So if that could be something for after 28.9, wink wink, that would be a blast. No idea why this box did not have the points marker on it, but sure. But yeah, I hate airsoft outside. I'm a CQB person all the way. But it's partially because in the outside, the airsoft is all like the guy who puts the most amount of money into their gun. It's basically pay to win outside, at least the way I see it. And I'm a very aggressive type person, so it's just outside you're never gonna see the guy who actually takes you out. And it's Camp Fest. So I figured, you know, since you can't beat them, just join them, and caught myself. I enjoy sniping in a way, like making a single accurate shot or just blasting a fucking full auto, 600 BBs at someone. Yeah, so I figured that's gonna be my calling, so to say, outdoors. Just sniping people. Yeah. Since I'm not going to be able to get any CQB games anyway in Finland, who knows, maybe one day I can tour around the world. Okay, the point crates are not showing up for whatever reason. Everything else seems to be working just fine. And back in the day, I used to make the videos in Finnish, like all the way, but I have also decided to make the new airsoft videos with English commentary on them, with subtitles whenever they are needed. And also partially the reason why I want to make airsoft videos is because I love watching others play airsoft, but all the popular ones, like it's really hard to find an airsofter, especially an airsoft video, that isn't a fucking clickbait. And it's just like, I hate the attitude the guys have. Like, if, like in the airsoft, when you have a tactical vest with pouches on it, in the heat of the moment, you're probably not gonna feel the hit. But the thing that I really hate, it kills me the mood of the video, is where, like, especially the sniper cam videos, is they fire at someone, they get a clear hit, the guy's wondering, did they just get hit, like, or something like that? A completely understandable situation. And the commentator proceeds to call him a cheater from a single fucking hit. Sure, there are cheaters, and there are a lot of them. In fact, I know personally at least one who I know is definitely a cheater. And that's not from one BB or anything like that. It's from a personal experience. And I know that if he is losing, he kind of loses it too. He's very competitive spirit, so, well, he's too competitive in a way. When you're having a casual airsoft weekly game, he takes it way too seriously for my book. And at some point, if he's having a bad day, he will start cheating like a mofo. And usually you gotta we had the rule to simply tell the other that you hit him and you will take a hit. And so it's kind of frustrating time to time to tell him, like, all right, I definitely hit you. Come on, mate, take the hit. But, yeah. It just, I think they kind of live, like, they have the equipment, they have great videos, but I feel like they still, for whatever reason, they don't need that kind of clickbaitiness to live on the quote-unquote cheater edge to make some, like, their videos are interesting and entertaining, especially a couple of guys. They are freaking amazing snipers, but still, they kind of have to make this a big deal out of nothing, instead of just, you know, maybe that's something to get even more views or something like that. I don't know, but it rubs me the wrong way. Just the whole attitude overall. I could go to Docking Bay, but I'll go to Docking Bay, fine, sure, whatever. I don't have that many points anyway. So yeah. I love making videos. I enjoyed making the airsoft videos until it turned into, like, everybody was ow. Yeah, and back in the day, I was the one, basically a game master and the supervisor, and also my friend. Like, it was just two of us, and we had to keep the games going, and it was very frustrating that everybody was more or less demanding that there be games, but there were no one to supervise them, or you know, there was no game masters, referees and supervisors. There were none of them except me and him, and we just didn't have the energy to do it. Like, we had games twice a week. I think it was Saturday and Wednesday, and there's only so much with just two of us we could do. And on top of that, when I was making the videos, and I was getting bombarded by the players that when, like, I just uploaded a video that it went online before we got there, like a couple hours before that particular day. And the people already were like, all right, when they arrived, they came up to me and like bombarded me like, when's the next video? I'm like, did you even check the today's video? And it was like, no. Well, it was just infuriating. Like, all my energy went to supervising and being a game master. And on top of that, I tried to make the videos, and every single time, like, they would bombard, when's the next one, when's the next one, when's the next one? It got too much for me, and that's more or less why I quit doing the videos for the airsoft, and also why I kind of quit the hobby too. Mostly because of the money issues at the time. I couldn't financially keep playing airsoft, even though, yeah, because you didn't get paid for being a supervisor or the game master. You did get to play the game for free that day, but yeah. I also I supervised the website on top of that. Basically, the whole website of the place was on my shoulders too. And yeah, the place more or less died when me and him stopped. Like, the others did take over, but like, yeah. But now I'm more or less returned, and I'm gonna stay independent. I'm not gonna be taking part of this bollocks thing. I just want to do what I enjoy doing, and yeah. So yeah. Oh, just thinking back to that, it's like, nuh-uh, never again. And actually, I think that's part of the reason why I left the Forge. Not only that, the financial issues, but it got into something like I felt like I lost my independence. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. Instead, I had to think of the Forge, like, think of the Forge all the time. Nothing is wrong with it, but like, that's actually something that I thought of when the whole idea started. That it shouldn't turn into something where it's like Forge first, then the person. It should be that the Forge would always be a Forge. Like, it wouldn't be this thing that should take over whatever. And it turned into, well, I'm looking at the guys, and they are, it's like there are events that they you know, invited to and such, and they're having issues who goes there, because it can't be always the same person that goes there. Like, they don't have the time and energy to be the ones always arranging this stuff. And that is why I left the Forge, because it came the Airsoft Club, where it's gonna be on, like, the way it turned into something that it wasn't originally meant to be. So yeah, wow, this got deep all of a sudden. Nobody cares. They just want to see me kill shit, and I can't. We have a record amount of people here, and I have no idea where they. Well, I know where they are. They are in the docking bay, but I don't know. I'm just talking and walking. Who knows, maybe towards the end of the video we'll get some action. But yeah. From now on... Oh, wetlands. Is nowhere near from the looks of it. Where am I? Over here? Yeah, I'm as far away from it as possible, so I could go to... Ops? Yeah, that could work. So yeah, I'm gonna have to stop being too nice and just do whatever I want to do for once, and that's the direction that I'm planning to head. it's also the reason why I turned down the. I was actually asked to be streaming for the 0 Point software at one point. I'm fairly sure I mentioned it. Like, they asked me if whatever I want to do it for the main channel and using their Twitch. And I turned down the offer for the exact same reasons. I would be... It would change from just me being an ass and doing whatever the ass things that I like to do to actually being... like... I don't know. It feels like when, even if it were myself, like if I were the ass that I am in the official channel, it still feels like an obligation that I must do every week and all that jazz. Like, I don't want to be tied down to anything, and that is why I turned down the offer to actually be streaming on the 0 Point Software's YouTube and on their Twitch. I did do the special episode for the Halloween, whatever, but like doing it weekly, nah, yeah, just no. Because when you, like, I don't want anyone to be in the, how would I say it? I don't want anyone to have quote-unquote expectations for me. Like, if I say yes to that kind of stuff, it kind of gives the expectation, alright, so I'll be doing it weekly. And, well, that's the expectations to begin with, but in a different way. It's like, now it's official and all that jazz. It's like, nah, it rubs me the wrong way. Even though they have no requirements for me, they would just want me to do it on their channel. It would probably help me out, like, you know. Because I can give a shout out to my own channels, etc. So, technically speaking, it would be a great idea for me to do that. But it just, nah, that's not the way that I want to do it. Yeah. So in other words, as much as I like 0 Point Software and the Interstellar Marines, I don't like them to the point where I would tie myself. Well, it's I wouldn't call it tying per se. It's definitely not, but nah. I just want to do my thing. And if at least that way nobody will be disappointed, am I right? So yeah. Except the people who for some reason do show up every week. Oh, I think the people who actually subscribe to my channel, I guess they could be disappointed. But as I like to say, whenever I get a comment like, "Hey, I just subscribed, great content," my answer tends to be, "Your funeral," because there's no great content here to be found, unless you actually enjoy me being an ass. At which point, well, like I said earlier, your funeral. But hey, I'm glad if people enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. I guess in a way, I enjoy watching it. I wish I was better. I definitely lost my touch. Like, I keep looking at the old videos back in the day when we were doing the Recon Team Zeta productions and Musha Slam with my friend Musha. I think we once did a video on the Interstellar Marines, but he kept crashing. But, like, looking back into those things, like old videos that we used to do, I'm not sure if I removed it, but if somebody comes to my channel, the first video that starts automatically playing of me and Musha playing what do you call it? The Metal Slug 3, and we are in the zombie level, and the whole video is just it's just stupid jokes. Oh, the whole thing. What, I turned into zombies, so my gun was pointing downwards to spoil the whole moment. And I noticed that, oh, there were some survivors or civilians that you can save from the zombies, and they were just like wounded and laying down on the ground. And the way I was pointing at my gun, it looked like I was mugging them. So I was like, "Give me your money, give me your money," and stuff like that. And then told Musha I'm mugging them, and he noticed it too and started laughing. Like, that's kind of shit. Like, I used to be fucking funny. I keep laughing to that same skin every single time I watch that video. And all the other videos that we did in the past, back in the day, they were, like, when I looked at them after making them, I thought they were lame as shit. But looking back now, it sucks that we didn't make any more of those content, because we used to be actually funny. And it's a shame for me. Like, I hate myself for not being that person that I used to be. I don't know, like, I have said it before, but all my creativity is gone. I don't know what killed it, but it sucks that I no longer have the, like, I really, like, I still have a script for Amazing Machinima we did. Well, it's not complete. It's more so just a skeleton structure. The ending, the middle, with the plot twist, and the end. And also a sequel and a whole bunch of shit. And it's a solid story. It is funny as hell. It's a serious story. But it also is just stupidly funny. And it really sucks that we never made it. And eventually, maybe one day, to be honest, I don't think we'll ever make it. But I still keep it just in case. Just in fucking case, one day we'll fucking make that fucking script. I kind of would love to try do it on Interstellar Marines. But, like, it's designed for, like, it was written with the Halo 3 maps in mind. So, some things would have to change. But if we can get a spectator mode and somehow maybe once we to make that mission happen in Interstellar Marines, I would have to look at all the maps, probably just the wargame maps alone. I would be able to do that, but to really do it, we would need different armor, and I think if we had ability to, well, with the help of the developers, I'm sure it would be no problem. We would need a player to actually play as the CTRs, because the CTRs would work perfectly in the role, in one of the roles, at the very least, that we had planned. So in that sense, yeah. But we need different armor types. We need the armor to be customizable, so we can swap different parts. And above everything, we need a spectator mode, or some way to hide everything, including the player character's hands and the HUD. Like, we can make the HUD disappear, but we can't make the helmet and the weapon and the arm disappear. Basically, everything else. So, if there would be a mode to hide everything for cinematic shots, I think, actually, you know, instead of spectator mode, just having hide all button would allow people to make machinima in this game without having the whole, like, cut your screen to the quarter. So if this was a character, if this boxer was a character, I don't need to do this, so I can crop out everything else out of the picture and have it zoomed in. So just having hide all button. I forgot what that announcement was, but I think it, let's hope it's subarctic. I haven't seen a single player. Well, since the beginning, anyway. Ow! Speaking of... Nope, 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 fuck that, I'm out. I could be camping this thing, but I won't, because that's not my style. Assuming they will come through that same door anyway. Well, the next one is in Luna. Let's see, Luna is... I need to go south and then... well, technically speaking, I could go to... jungle. Okay, I guess I could do that, going back through the other door. And hope that the player isn't there. So yeah, in order to make that machinima happen in Interstellar Marines, we need ability, well, like we need the different armor sets that allow to, well, change the appearance of the character. We also need to be able to play as a CTR, or somebody have a body actor as a CTR. I'm not sure what it should be, so skin change, right? So long as it has the animations and the look of the CTR, it doesn't need to really, well, you know, just being able to shoot and all that. No special tricks. It should be fine. And then hide all those three things, and we can have a recon team said a machinima swapped over from Halo to this game. We would need some new props to be added into the game. But details, am I right? At least for the ending, we would need some new stuff, unless we can get somehow someone make a full 3D thing, full 3D animation for the final thing, which not counting on. We would also require the Megalodon gunship. Oh, well, we don't really need it animated, but we would need one on the background every now and then, which I'm sure we could get developers help with that. Well, just PowerMongo alone is like, hey, could you put, like, make us a private server with a custom version of a map with the dropship in this particular spot or something like that? Yeah. But yeah, I'd love to make machinima in Interstellar Marines. I just no longer have the creativity, and the one script I have, it's an amazing one, but I don't have the skill and the feature set to pull it off. Not currently, at the very least. I'd like to do a small sideshow in the meantime. Like something small and stupid, but I just don't have the creativity. Like, we did have a Spartan versus Elite short story thing. I think it had 6 episodes, and I think the last one was Blast from the Past that I made just to cheer up my friend who was, well, yeah, who was very depressed, and he used to make that machinima. We used to make that machinima together. So to cheering him up, I made that for him, and I think it worked. But yeah, I have, like, I want to make stuff, but I just don't have the creativity anymore. Which sucks. It sucks ass. Now that I have the part-time job, it means that I have some extra free time. I can start pulling strings again for the Candidate Eliminated Season 3. Well, then again, that might be pushing it, having too many irons once again on my hands. But I'll look into it. Oh boy, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be as lighted up like that. Maybe turn down the the brightness on that. How come no one is going for the crates? People are fighting. They're dying in ops, but what ifs? Dogs just died in Canyon, which I'm right next to, so let's head over that way, shall we? Let's see, Canyon Industrial, you say? By the Canyon door, nevertheless. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. To whom did he die? Both died to a CTR. God mode would help too, I guess. Like, to have the cameraman being God mode where he can just drop from the sky and nothing happens to him for epic cinematic shots. Oh, my belly. Ooh, somebody collected the points already. Resort Industrial is in the complete opposite side of the map, so maybe I'll run into whoever just, well, Tuxta is on his way. I guess he picked up the points and tried to make a run for it. Or he got revived by his teammates. Either way, he is part of a two-man team, so maybe, just maybe, yeah, he's being revived. So Hex is with him. The points are still there. So are they? Are they under attack? Or were they just trying to get them points up there? gladly accept this donation. Team FBW has whole bunch of points here. And I don't think they're gonna be risking any of it. With some luck, they might be heading to the subarctic, but I really don't think so. It's not a habit of Powermonger to just throw 30k points into the wind to be claimed by me. That weapon switch bug needs to be changed. I mean, it needs to be fixed. That can get someone killed in a game mode like this. Ah, they just got it. I heard it nearby, though. Where is it? No, wait, it can't be. Oh, wait, subarctic, not wetlands. God damn it. I'm a dumbass. Oh, it's still there, but 400 meters away, meaning that in 2 minutes I can make it there, but I won't be able to collect it. At least in reasonable time by securing my bag. But if they are camping over it, waiting for the last minute pickup, I might be able to ruin the game. I don't think so. I still have the Clask video to edit. Damn it. Well, I got like 4 or 5 parts of that Clask coming up. They all cut up just fine, but they need the subtitles and various sound effects that the first one had. Don't you dare, Mr. CT. I don't have enough time to make for it. Unless I do. This is my chance! Boom, bish, bash, bosh, I got it! Well. Ah! That was rather anticlimactic. I'll just leave my buddy here, so maybe he won't be able to pick up the game. Ah, he got the points, damn it! Well, that was your weekly Wargames with your host, your favorite Finn TMS. We're gonna see you next week once again with hopefully new news and all that jazz. Until next time, guys, see ya.